Citroën is known for designing cars that are different to the norm, and the C4 Cactus is a prime example. I mean, just look at it from the side, the front, the rear. It looks rather different than most cars in the segment. We had it for 1 year and 20,000 kilometers on our long-term fleet, so let's find out how it performed. The most notable exterior design feature of the Citroën is without a doubt these plastic panels, which Citroën refers to as air bump. The idea being that when you're in a car park and someone else opens the door next to you, it doesn't scratch or bump the car. And this is also the feature that possibly draws the most attention when you drive it on the road. At the rear, the Citroën has parking sensors as well as a small little camera that gives you a live feed to the front on the infotainment system screen. If you open the boot, it's a sufficient sized boot for such a compact car, and the rear bench can also fold flat. However, it can't split, and it's not, unfortunately, not flush with the floor once folded flat. When you climb in the rear of the Cactus, it is rather tight. At 1.87 meters, when I sit up straight, my knees are just missing the front seat. There's enough head and shoulder room though, but you won't be able to fit 3 large adults in the back. As with Citroëns before, the rear window, side window can't open and lower into the door, but it's got this hatch function which allows some fresh air into the rear of the car. The unique features of the C4 Cactus continues on the inside. There are little design tweaks that really draws your attention, like these button-like bumps on the dashboard, and then as well as these door handles that remind you of the old suitcases back in the day. The driving position is something to get used to, and I wasn't the only one that found it rather awkward, especially after you've driven another car and you get back into the Citroën. But if you spend a few hours in the Citroën, you do get used to it. There were ups and downs of driving the Citroën. The highlight was without a doubt the engine. It's a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol, and it did a great job at pulling along this little car. Even with 2 adults, a baby, and all the luggage and paraphernalia that goes with it, there was really a dip in performance. And even here, a fairly uphill section of this road, and it just pulls the car cleanly, held by that turbocharged engine. Fuel consumption, well, it averaged just over 7 liters per 100 kilometers. That includes some city driving, commuting, open road driving, and some spirited driving at times. If you try really hard, you can get it to below 7 liters per 100 kilometers on the open road. On the other hand, it's a ride quality that sometimes wasn't as good as it could be. On a smooth section like this road, it did a good job, but then on a bit of a bumpy road, the suspension didn't cope very well, especially on the rear axle. Other than that, the gearbox is a bit sloppy. Even when it's in gear, you can move the gear lever around. And that's not an excuse, because we've experienced gearboxes from Peugeot and Citroën before that felt a lot tighter and more specific than this example. But like I said, the engine is the highlight, and if you really want to push it, you can have some fun in this car, plainly because it's so light and relatively nimble. Last month, the C4 Cactus was actually Citroën's best-selling passenger car. Citroën is good at building unique and quirky cars, and that's sort of what their clients and buyers expect. It's not for the conservative buyer. If you want conservative, then there's a few other cars to consider. It might have a few problems in terms of driving quality, but other than that, it's got an award-winning engine, and that is probably one of the most appealing factors for me. Overall, it's something unique, it's something different, and that's what really sums it up for me.